Aloha and welcome to Emergence. Today we will be discussing Hawaiian traditional medicine, and this consists of Lomi massage, La'au Lapa'au, which is Hawaiian herbal medicine, and Ho'oponopono, which is the Hawaiian tradition of releasing spiritual blockages. But before we begin our show, we'd like to set an intention. And that intention today is to be open and receptive to this amazing information and traditional learning, and absorb it deeply, because sometimes we don't get to receive information like this, and it's a really wonderful opportunity. So join me in just taking a deep breath and anchoring that intention. We have two wonderful guests today, Dr. Levon Ohai, who will be discussing La'au Lapa'au, and Michael Locey, who's going to discuss Lomi massage. I'd like to welcome Michael Locey, who with his mother, Auntie Angeline, are practicing Lomi massage in Anahola. Welcome, Michael.
Aloha, Taj, and thank you for having me.
It's really nice to have you on the show today.
It's a pleasure.
So today we're going to be dealing with Hawaiian traditional medicine, and Lomi massage is a very huge part of that, and actually incorporates almost all three aspects of it within the practice, doesn't it?
It can, yes, it can.
Definitely. So what we'd like to know to start is, how did you decide to become a practitioner of Lomi massage? Even though your mom is very well known and has been practicing a long time, it isn't necessarily what a son might want to do, to follow in his mom's footsteps. So I think it's a really great thing that you've done.
You know, that's true for many, but for me it just was a natural thing to do. The interesting thing about our practice is that my mother and I both got into doing traditional Hawaiian wellness treatments in our middle age. We had left, we're originally from Oahu, and we had left the islands in the 60s. And if you recall, it was during the 70s that there was the Hawaiian Renaissance movement, where all the traditional cultural beautiful practices were receiving great emphasis and were really blossoming. Well, we didn't return to, in fact, my mom did not return to the islands till the early 80s, and at that time she was in her late 40s or early 50s, and at that time she had a real homecoming with her Hawaiian heritage, the Hawaiian culture, where she met Auntie Margaret Machado of the Big Island, and it transformed her life. It became something that just filled her every day. And watching her do that for a number of years, I myself came back from the mainland about 15 years ago, and it was just a natural desire for me to share in the blessings that she had been receiving and practicing.
And expanding your own cultural awareness as well. Absolutely.
It was a real homecoming for me as well. Lomi is something that for me and for everyone is a lot more than just Hawaiian massage.
Right.
In fact, it can be a real self-actualization tool. And for me, at that point in my life, I had physical aches and pains, back problems for years, and also Lomi focuses on the whole person, not just the physical, but the mental and spiritual aspects and emotional. And I have a habit of worrying a little too much, and just about every little thing. And you know, that kind of practice of that kind of habit can result in physical blockages, mental and spiritual as well. Right. So Lomi has been a real transforming tool for myself personally.
So it's not just performing Lomi on a person, it's practicing the whole practice inside yourself so that you can be there and accessible for your client. So the energy
Absolutely.
that comes through you, you use it, and then you're transmitting it as you do your practice. It's not just a physical thing.
Absolutely. The relationship between the practitioner and the receiver is a flowing circle that involves spiritual energy that comes from Keakua.
So in a Lomi massage session, I know that you do a chant. And first of all, can you tell us what is the reason that there's a chant? How is that? Is that connecting the practitioner with the client and calling in Keakua?
Yes. Really, it speaks to the heart of the practice of Lomi Lomi. And I've been making Lomi my passion now for 15 years, and I've studied from Kumu, teachers of Lomi Lomi, Kupuna, elders who practice Lomi, and I've learned a whole lot about what Lomi Lomi really means. You cannot separate the spiritual aspects of the work with the physical aspects. In fact, that's what really gives Lomi Lomi its energies.
So it's really important, from what I am hearing you say, that the practitioner be also a spiritual practitioner of Lomi Lomi themselves, as opposed to just someone who's doing Lomi Lomi massage, for someone to really feel what Lomi Lomi is all about.
Absolutely.
So would you be willing to do a chant for us so that we can feel that energy, because it will come through very clearly?
Certainly.
Okay.
E hui kala mai, e hui kala aku, e hui kala kako, e kahi mauloa, aloha.
So this beautiful chant, does this open the connection between you as a practitioner and your client?
Well, you know, Taj, absolutely. This is, the chant itself is a tool in the practice of Lomi Lomi, because there's so much energy around chanting. In the Hawaiian tradition, chanting is like a warrior that goes to work helping with the healing. And if you think about it, starting with the intention, the chant itself, where it originates in the gut and vibrates, with that intention, it goes to your the receiver of the Lomi, as well as to the environment. And whatever the intention is of that chant, Hawaiians really believed in the power of spoken word. So with the proper intention, it changes the vibration to one of healing and bringing in the energies. And you'd be amazed at what could happen just from that alone.